Conference Championship week is over, and of course, me and Coop's going to talk about all of that here on the Sooner or Later Sports Show, a Hog Media production presented by Sleeper. That is Coop. I'm Jay. Thanks for pulling up here on the YouTube channel and listening wherever podcasts are downloaded and listened to while you're here. Please wipe your feet and like, subscribe, rate, review. Give us 5 stars. I don't think we deserve it. Go ahead and just give us 5 anyway and gift it. So, all you degenerates in here with us, today's episode, we got a lot of fun things to dive into and talk about. The main thing is that we're going to watch the selection show together. We're going to give our commentary based upon what BS they have to say. We're also going to talk about this conference championship week. I dropped the morning after, but me and Coop's got a debate. Because analysts feel the need to discount Oklahoma when all we saw was defensive football all weekend. So, yeah, hopefully all of y'all understand what could potentially happen. Coop, happy Sunday, my man. How are you?
Hey, it's a good Sunday. Obviously, feel pretty good about us. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff to talk about. And, you know, it was, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't that bad just watching folks, just create, narratives and scenarios all day yesterday. Also, maybe gave Georgia a good blueprint for Alabama.
Yeah, we kind of did. If you really think about it. And it's funny, I saw that on one of the message boards. I think it was posted in the court. Someone from the Bama message board said, well, we don't play Oklahoma now, so nobody will have the blueprint to beat us. Yeah. Fair point. I think that Brent Venables does have his number. That's just one team that BV is just really good at prepping for, and it is what it is, right? Everybody has their quote-unquote kryptonite, So yeah, I got this selection show on the side. Hopefully, it doesn't take them 10 years to figure out and tell us all about this, because I forgot that this was a full selection show of all the bowl games. So I'm really hoping that they just, rip the Band-Aid, give us what we really want, the goods first, and then dive into all the other bowl games. But I have next is the exclusive reveal of the playoff teams. Good. As long as they don't bamboozle us, lead us astray, run us amok, or flat out deceive us. But, Coop, I got the question for you, though, to start off. Do you think Bama should be in the playoffs?
I don't think you can answer that question straight. I really don't. Because on one hand, I do believe that you should not be penalized for playing in the conference championship game when you could, I guess you could just straight up say, I'm opting out. Like, we're not going to do it. We're too beat up. Make fun of us, send somebody else. Don't take the girl. Whichever one you want to do. But at the same time, you go out there and you get embarrassed. Like, it creates a complete narrative. So I think, I think after watching yesterday with such a tight field, you go, all right, no, I don't think that they deserve to be in. But then when we talked about expanding out to 12 teams, it was all about, like, come on now, does it really matter? Like, the 11 seed and the 12 seed, like, none of those teams got a chance anyway. But does the 9 seed, does the 10 seed? So I just don't know. And whatever happens today, it changes college football for a long time. Because I think if Alabama does get in and gets their butt handed to them, maybe teams go into conference championship games and say, all right, third stringers, we're rolling you guys out there. We're not even going to play any of our guys because it don't matter anyway. But if they get left out, there's ramifications there.
No, that's true. Honestly, I do think that Bama should be in, and I think Bama won't get throttled, mainly because Bama won't be playing against another SEC defense like they just did. Now, I know a lot of people like to bring up the Florida State game. Cool. Miami and Texas A&M beat Notre Dame at the beginning of the season as well. It was 3 months ago. So teams change and evolve over time. Now, Bama has looked a little stinky in November, and that's okay. I do think that they would cause problems to the Big Ten teams if they played against them. I think Kalen DeBoer has a good setup to where he can be successful against Big Ten teams. I mean, he was good against a lot of the Big 12, the Pac-12 teams. So I don't believe that they would they will be throttled like that. Now, the biggest struggle here is that the conference championship piece. If you're already in the playoffs, like if you're in the top 12 and you play in a conference championship game, you should not, to me, be knocked out of the playoffs because, again, it disincentivizes going to the playoffs. For the others, playing in the playoff games, if you're not in the playoffs, is what gets you in the playoffs. And that, to me, is the most important component that we need to take care of. So I put a poll up, and 67% of y'all are saying no on Bama. 43 votes so far. I'm going to leave it up for a little bit because I also want to know what people think about some other teams that are on the bubble. But we got a lot. Go ahead and put in here. Give me your top 12 in the comment section. I'm going to start putting some of these up here as we're waiting for them to make these decisions. I honestly don't even really want to hear what they got to say because I know it's going to be a whole bunch of BS. It's not going to be anything
lobbying.
that makes sense. It's lobbying. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of politicking right now.
And Jay, is it politicking or does everybody get their marching orders to give their opinions, pro, cons, everything like that? Because I got to think that you still want people tuning into ESPN. So you got to have Kirk talking about Notre Dame and Miami. And then you have somebody else talking about Texas. And you have somebody else talking about BYU. It really all breaks down to, hey, you and I have had this conversation. You do a national show. You've got to kind of pander to so many different teams so that fan base continues to watch in, or you completely go troll and try to get them also. So I just think it's whichever way it is, it just seems silly because it doesn't seem genuine.
I get what you're saying. See, my only disagreement, but one thing is you're 100% right. If you're going to do a national show, which in time, our goal is to evolve into something like that somewhere, maintain Oklahoma content while also building a national platform. But the whole purpose of college sports, honestly, in sports in general, is to have hope. Like, I feel bad for a lot of the pro teams, like the Browns fans, right? Like, your team just stinks all the time. It's nothing much you can do about it. Jaguars have had a lot of up and down years, etc. Yeah. NBA, the Clippers are falling back apart, even though they had some great years in the middle. If you don't have hope in the team, what's the point of rooting for them? If you don't have hope just in general, there's no value. And so, but my only disagreement here is I think Notre Dame has a legitimate case. I also think Miami has a legitimate case. That's what happens when you go to 12 teams. Like back in the BCS era, we would be talking about we'd be talking about should Ohio State stay up there after losing to Indiana in the conference championship game? That's what we would be talking about.
It'd be three teams.
It would be between Georgia, Ohio State, and Indiana. That's our argument right now. And Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech would also be in there as well. But that'd be your four teams to argue. But
Jay,
again,
go ahead. So let me ask you this. Is it crazy watching Texas Tech look like just far and away questionable? Like they are the strongest team in the Big 12, and as an SEC fan base now, is that what people thought about OU when we were coming out of the Big 12? Like everybody was like, it's cute and all, but like they ain't gonna stand up. Is that what it felt like for every other fan base when we were coming out in the BCS and the 14 playoffs?
Yeah, it kind of feels like the if you watch The Dark Knight Rises, Batman turns and Selena Kyle, Catwoman disappears, and he's like, "Oh, so that's what that feels like." That's exactly what we're feeling right now. We're disappearing because we are the ones that normally know of disappearing. Yes, everybody is feeling in this that Oklahoma didn't have a chance back when we was making the playoffs 4 consecutive years, even though we were dominating the Big 12, and now Texas Tech is getting that. The big difference is Texas Tech is really doing it with defense. They're doing it the exact same way that Oklahoma's doing because Baron Morton, everybody's pointing out, they don't really believe in him. He got hurt. That's how they lost. He comes back healthy enough, and they're winning games. They don't have a Taj Brooks running game this year like they did last. So it's a very interesting, quote-unquote, take on how they're playing, even though I do like their run game. Like, I'm still very fond of Dickey. It's not, because Brooks was literally a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Very much.
So yeah, it's funny to kind of look at that. Now, of course, someone pointed out I got Hank points in here that Saban is once again throwing shade. Everybody's been throwing shade on Oklahoma over the last couple of weeks. And it's one of those that annoys me more so because if you watch conference championship weekend, it was all defenses winning these games. The statistics weren't that impressive. Ohio State and Indiana both under 400 yards of total offense, probably the highest one. Who was that?
Bama barely over 200.
Bama and Georgia didn't get over 300. Bama barely over 2. So, but it wasn't a situation where, Texas Tech held BYU to 200 yards total. They were brutal. But it wasn't a situation where it was the losing team outgained the winner, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
People don't want to respect that. So I think it's a good question, Willowman. This is a good one. Do we think a G5 team will ever make a run? One win for a G5 will be a miracle in itself. Let's get these weak teams out and put 1 through 12 straight up ranked teams in. I do think that a G5 team will go in there and make a run. I think they can.
What's a run? Like, make it to
the
final?
I don't think any of them will make it to the Natty. I don't think that's possible. It's just not. The problem we're running into here is that what's the point of having the G5 connected to the P4 if they never get a chance? Like, do I think they'll make a run? I think they can win one game. I think I can see an upset. Upsets happen all the time. We've seen G5s pull upsets in bowl games. Hell, Oklahoma's been victim of that multiple times. But I don't think any of them have the manpower. I don't think they have the horses, the dogs, to go in and win a semifinal game. I liked that Cincinnati made it that year because they went undefeated. If you go undefeated or only lose one game all year, you kind of deserve the opportunity to get boat raced by somebody else in the P4. That's always been my opinion. If not, get rid of the G5. Separate them and make them different. Period.
It's because that you're going to go against one of the first round bye teams in round 2. And at that point, like I would feel like in order to do that, you would have to catch somebody like a bye team with an injury. I think that you would have to catch somebody who has just been skirting by in an easier conference somehow. So say that like a Texas Tech, they had minimal pushback in the Big 12. And so yeah. I think that if you had the old school, Boise State, or if you just catch one of these teams that's just going crazy, it's almost like the 16 seed over the 1 seed. It's going to happen at some point, but with zero regularity.
Right. It's not a it's
here comes the parameters. Listen to the parameters because you're going to have to point back to the parameters, huh?
Yep, we're going to have to point back to all the parameters. That's going to be the most important thing.
Okay, so got a question. We got Bama fan here in here. Steven.
Here's
we
your
got. Sorry, I got a break in. I got to break into the to the studio. But it's like, so Bama fan. Do you feel that OU may have broken Ty Simpson a bit? I kind of want to hear that from a Bama fan. Do you think that that's it kind of in between our ears, or because I've gone back and I've looked, and every single quarterback after we play them, except for
very good.
Yeah, except for Sellers. Sellers is the only one who actually had a good week the following week. Typically, the running games have had really good weeks the following week, but the quarterbacks have not looked terrific against any types of competition.
That's true. That's a good point. Thanks, OU Mike, for the $10. Just send us who want us to play. Boomer. I agree. We're waiting for that right meow, which is the only thing that matters. And I got to give it to Heather Denish. She's been spot on this entire time, pointing out what the BS is going to be. And I mean, it's her job. It's going to tell you what the BS is going to be. And I appreciate the fact that she's been honest. All right, 122 votes so far. 68% of y'all say no on Bama making it in. Okay, well, I got another poll for y'all.
Somebody Apache bringing up Trinidad Chambliss. You like that AT&T? Is he going to transfer commercial that they put out for him? I mean, you kind of had to have that in the works for a little while, but it's just crazy that like knowing all the stuff happening, that was it made me laugh.
Yep, and I'm with you, Jake. Not a big fan of Heather overall, but boy, she is good at her job. And I think what makes her unfortunately unlikable is not really her. It's more of what she has to do, which is always tell you what the BS is going to be. And we all hate dealing with the BS. She's pretty good at telling you what the BS is going to be. Kills me every time. I'm like, dang, you are good at this. Dang, you're right. It's exactly what's about to happen.
Who had the worst job? Heather Dinich covering this situation, or Marty McGee covering the Lane Kiffin deal? Because
buddy,
I think homeboy earned whatever probably offensive salary that he's getting from ESPN.
Yeah, because the BS he had to deal with, buddy. All right, so new polls up. Tell me who y'all think's should go. Do you think it should be Miami, or do you think it should be Notre Dame? I want to get y'all's opinion. We're gonna debate that next, because I think that's probably a pretty good debate to go through. Before we do that, let's pay this bill real quick. Before we keep going, let's talk about our partners over there at Sleeper, our presenting sponsor for the channel. We have to give them a shout out. If you have not checked them out for Daily Fantasy Ball, you are missing out. They're more than just season-long fantasy, and they've got some great promos and options. Like right now, if you use our promo code UNFAIR, they're going to give you $20 just for signing up. And if you decide to make a deposit, use our promo code. They're going to match your deposit at 100% up to $100. And so all you do is go inside of the app, pick 2 or more players, pick more or less on their stats, and boom, you are in the game, and you can make up to 1,000 times your money. So turning those game days into paydays. Also, inside the app, cool stuff. They show you live stats. You've got a chat function so you can chop it up with folks about the biggest plays and the biggest players at the time. So if you want to get into the action, you have the opportunity. Use our promo code UNFAIR. They're going to match your deposit at 100% up to $100. And new users, $20 just for signing up. No deposit is needed, so doesn't hurt to try. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Y'all for pulling up. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, rate, review, give us 5 stars. We appreciate y'all joining us for this watch party. Now we're going to try to figure out where the heck is Oklahoma going to be at, who they're going to play. Right now, the poll is asking, should Miami make it or Notre Dame? Y'all pick. And right now, boy, y'all are mad in there helping Chris Valencia. Y'all really on the Bear side. Y'all think that Miami should get in? Interesting. So, intriguing. I'm wondering what these spreads are going to look like. Because I do believe that whoever comes to Oklahoma's going to be a dog, because Vegas is going to be hardcore about our offense.
But keep in mind, Vegas is in the business of making money. So they want to put something out there that the public perception is going to reflect.
Yep.
And especially in these types of games, you have no idea how these things happen. You have no idea, like, you got to think about the letdown. Like Notre Dame, Miami, Alabama, they're all still at this moment going, well, we deserve to be in. We deserve to be in. We deserve to be in. And then when the game hits, now it's got to switch to, all right, let's go back into a killer mode instead of like but what about us mode?
Yep.
And so I'm just wondering what kind of mentality do you go from, because now you got to get back into a killer mentality, and it doesn't get happy when you're like, oh, we got to play Oklahoma's defense, and they're getting all their players back too. They're all son of a gun. So there's a lot there.
There is a lot. It's I don't know. There's some spreads being leaked out there right now. It appears that Notre Dame could potentially be a 5.5 point favorite going into that game. And you're 100% right, because that really is what they're doing. They're looking at who will the public throw their money all over. And we all know if Oklahoma's a dog in that game, people are going to be hammering the Notre Dame money.
Very much.
Neo, that's a great question. What are the odds of finally having a fully healthy offense? We will have a majority healthy offense should come our first game. Luckily, it's in 2 weeks. So we've had a full week now. We'll have all of this coming week, and then we'll have game week basically to go right into preparation. And so to me, I care about injuries and thoughts around that starting on Sunday. Full week off, no wear and tear. What does everything look like going into midweek? Actually, more so Wednesday of next week. But I think that we'll be a hell of a lot healthier. We'll look more like the Michigan game than we will now. Let's put it that way.
All right. So you got Indiana in at number 1. No surprise there.
Makes no sense. It should be that way, right?
A talking point, Jay. Did you learn anything? Did you learn more about Indiana or more about Ohio State yesterday?
I learned about both. And the thing I learned about both of them is that neither one of them is the world beater that we thought they were going to be.
I actually made our boy a little bet with our boy PG for a steak dinner, and I took Ohio State last night. I thought they were going to romp, and so I think that I agree with you on that point. I think I learned that Indiana. Listen, the resiliency of Indiana for your quarterback to go down and look like he might not come back in. It kind of felt like Nussmeier LSU last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude just came back in and went after it. And I don't want to hear crap about Ohio State's front four go into the league. Like, so are ours.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Like,
Everybody's.
But we heard.
Everybody hurt.
It's good to have a kicker. That's for damn sure. After watching.
Oh my gosh. Y'all better go praise the foot of Tate Sandell. Y'all better don't let him walk. Y'all need to carry him everywhere he goes. Period. Yes. Because
no
buddy,
burritos.
Buddy, that kicker, man, that lemon booty that he had, I feel so bad for him. Feel so bad for the kid. So
I mean, it wasn't like homeboy missed a 40-yard for Indiana, but like what was it, like a 29, 31-yard, just yoink.
Georgia number 3. As expected, Georgia gets the number 3 spot. That wasn't a surprise to any of us.
No debate, right? Texas Tech's going to take the 4.
Yeah.
I don't think we really get anything that's not scratch until the 8.
Yeah, I think where we end up is probably, hence why we're having this watch party, but I think that's probably the telltale story of everything.
2 was Georgia, by the way. So we had Indiana, Ohio
3,
State, Georgia.
3 is Georgia. 4 is Texas Tech. I'm hoping 5 through 8 don't change, but there is always possibilities.
So if everything is scratch, you got Texas Tech, Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna line up right up with Indiana.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I think that is very good.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm not gonna complain about it. I actually like that a lot. Woo, y'all really don't like Notre Dame. 76 votes in, 74% is going to Miami. Wow, I'm not mad at that. All right, let's go ahead and give me the big stuff. Tulane will be ranked number 11 because you got to take 5 conference championships. Conference championships have to matter in some capacity. Let's see, number 5, I'm getting it. Oregon, the Ducks, as expected. Now the question is, who do they host?
And yeah, the rankings, I don't think they have to matter for Tulane and JMU. They don't have to matter, so they don't have to be the number 11 team.
Yeah.
All right, so they're really dragging out the Oregon one. Thinking this is probably going to be Ole Miss.
Yeah, the bad part for Miami is they didn't even make their conference championship, dog, and being so highly ranked. It's pretty disgusting. Oh, Miss! Did they move up? No, that's the same. That's the same.
No, that's the same because A&M dropped to number 7.
Yeah.
I will say, what is this team? I think is going to come out on fire, and I don't think it's going to matter a ton with the coaching staff being gone for the most part until probably round 2 or late in round 1 when things get tight. What does that Ole Miss team look like if their matchup is tight along the way? Because
they'll play Georgia again so far.
Yeah.
That, to me, is probably the most interesting thing is that they'll play Georgia.
There's A&M.
That's expected.
All right.
Gig 'em is expected.
So Texas A&M is going to have to go through.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
You have a gripe?
Yeah. And number 8, as expected.
Boomer.
Oklahoma, baby. Boomer Sooner. That's all that matters.
You got to come through the SEC. You're dominant on 2 sides of the ball. You're opportunistic on offense. I mean, like
That's
I
all
said,
that matters. This is all that matters.
Yes. Now the complaining and the talking, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Now I'm ready to see who do we play. This is the question of all of it. Who in the hell does Oklahoma have to play now? And I'm really curious about that. They're gonna start the BS conversations and debate behind it. So since they're gonna do their BS, we're gonna give you our BS. And I'm gonna make a couple picks real quick. It's here at Sleeper. If you haven't taken my Jay Fantasy Ball, I've told you guys, y'all are missing out. They're gonna hook y'all up too. Use our promo code UNFAIR. They're gonna match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Plus, they'll give you $20 just for checking them out. So if we make a couple of picks here, right now they got a 60% boost on soccer. They got 60% boost on soccer. It's actually pretty darn cool. We're going to look at the NFL action right now because NFL is what we always go to. And I want to see if I got something for my Buccaneers. Y'all know I like making picks for my Bucks because I want to see Baker and them. But, yeah, you just pick 2 or more players, more or less on the stats. Bucky Irvin here at half. I think he's going to score in this game. He should. Baker should get us against the Saints. Give me 2 touchdowns for Baker Mayfield. I don't think Ibuka gets it, so hopefully he makes me look bad. Taysom Hill definitely ain't scoring in this game. We'll get rid of that. But I think Olave does get some yards. because, Tampa's defense is bad. Pick 2 or more players, more or less on the stats, and you're golden. So use a promo code UNFAIR. They'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100 if you deposit. If not, give you $20 just for going in there. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Thank you for pulling up. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, rate, review, give us 5 stars. Why are we playing Alabama again?
Because I think that there's a storyline around it, and I think that it's going to be, all right, these people came into your house, they beat you at your house, you just played yourself into kind of a stinky situation by being a no-show, and so now you get to go back to their house again and see if you can figure out that defense.
You know what I think they did here?
Miami.
Because Miami's in! Whoa! Whoa! They gave it to Miami! Oh my goodness!
And guess what? Now the conversation
is out.
They gave the conversation. Hey, y'all both beat Notre Dame. Let's see which one of y'all are better.
Yo! They did exactly what they just did.
Yep. Because
Miami is in. That is some balls.
The common talking point was the Notre Dame win. So if you were the loser on both of those talking points, now, I'm not. Now you got to have.
They took the money team out. Look at that. Wow.
Does that set up a nice little Texas Notre Dame bowl game? Because I thought it might be a Texas Miami bowl game. So I think now Texas probably ended up playing Notre Dame. In the sorry, it ain't you. It ain't us. It's you.
That is bananas.
Their resume hasn't changed since Tuesday.
That is craziness. Bama fans got to come back to Norman. And Miami is in. So they let head-to-head matter, which is important. So, okay, back to my point. I believe they did this because they didn't believe in either one of these teams. So they wanted to knock one of them out. They didn't want to give it a chance where both of them could advance to the next round.
Storm Central. You say, I got tickets for that game. Are you talking about the Miami A&M game or the OU Bama?
Yeah.
And now here comes the buys for Ole Miss and Oregon.
Yep. Ole Miss and Oregon gets to go bye. Yeah, they compared. That's basically what they said. They compared Bama. They compared Notre Dame in the same pod, and they had to give it to Miami because they're in the same pod. I think that they did. I truly do believe they did that. They really did that because twofold. One, Miami, Texas, like you said, Miami, Texas A&M beat Notre Dame, so now we get to see them play against each other because they're both more deserving. And then Alabama, Oklahoma, neither one of us have a quote unquote run game, and they don't believe in either one of us. So they didn't want either one of us to have a chance to advance into the next round. One or the other has to go. So, but if Tulane pulls this off, buddy, I love it. Ian, we don't have a time. We don't have a time. We don't have a date. We don't have anything yet. That will come later.
Yeah,
it'll come today. They'll tell us in a bit.
There's one game on the 19th, I believe, and that'd be a
19th and 20th.
Then there's
yeah.
Then the 20th has a 11, 2:30, and 6:30. I personally believe that we're playing middle of the day.
I think we're middle of the day too on Saturday. I think it's going to be Oregon. It's probably going to be Ole Miss Tulane on Friday night, unless they decide to do Miami and A&M. That could be it. Actually, it's probably Miami A&M. And I can think that the other games, I think that Oregon will probably be the night game. The afternoon game will be us, and the morning game will probably be James Madison.
Yeah,
I don't see us being Friday night. I think we're going to be the mid game because they need games with ratings in those spots.
It's now, yeah. I mean, here's what I would say. I think,
or it could be Saturday night.
I think that, excuse me. You got to set it up. What are the two best matchups? Obviously, the two best matchups are first team out, Notre Dame. Sorry, kids. And who's the second
team
out?
Good for them. So glad to see it. Warms
Texas is going to be the second team out. And you play those two against
it's probably other. BYU.
Oh.
BYU. Told you. They weren't about to give it to Texas.
No. You weren't in the discussion ever.
At all.
And so, just for you social media addicts, the common retorts are going to be, yeah, but we beat you. They're going to bring up scores from the past. They're going to bring
this out. This is your resume comparison right there.
That's it.
That's good. So, yeah, it appears that the committee did something right.
And that game was 21-7 going into the fourth quarter, that Miami-Notre Dame game. And Notre Dame made a nice run, obviously a miraculous catch. But, Jay, talking point here. You had to leave Alabama in. Otherwise, you open up a can that you never can put back in. You just couldn't, because by being penalized by playing in the conference championship when you technically don't need these things anymore, there's so many talking points that are going to be happening over the summer. Do they jump to 16? Do you play a conference championship? You have to either go all conference championships or none. You can't take some away if they're not necessary or anything like that. I mean, if anything, we learned something from the Big Ten Conference. We learned something from the SEC Conference Championship.
Right.
The Big 12. Now the ACC one. Why did we even play that game? It's was it 4 losses for Duke going into that game? They were 7-4. And so, I mean, it's all that matters, Jay. We host a game in Norman.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing we should take out of all of this is that Oklahoma now gets to host a playoff game. Whomst amongst us believed that this was going to happen, besides our guy Phil Steele, who said that we were a top 10 team in the country.
And
Pick Six has a top 12 team, but yeah, it's a playoff team. But yeah, very few said anything about Oklahoma being a playoff team.
And you go back to beginning of the summer, you have a 6.5 win total. You bumped up to 7.5. I know that, Jay, I think that you and I both are going to profit from that. But this team, when we had the opportunities out in front of us, you took advantage of all the opportunities. You still battled through a slew of injuries to where you're playing a guy at center for the first time in his career, in your final game. You have the broken hand from John Mateer. You've just got all these things, and a hellish November schedule that people said they were not willing to believe in us because of the schedule.
Yes, that was the talking point against Oklahoma. That schedule is brutal.
And so now, this team's not going to be complaining about their non-conference schedule. They had opportunities to lose a trap game on the road at South Carolina. They put South Carolina to bed, unlike Alabama, unlike Texas A&M. So many other teams, Ole Miss even, played with their food with South Carolina. I mean, we held them down pretty well. You had the opportunity. I mean, that was pretty much it, right? I mean, then you also had the opportunity to go and, crap the bed against LSU at home for the final game of the season. Thing is this team didn't.
Nope. The team went out there and they did what they needed to do to win games. Tickets are already available. We knew that we were going to have a home game, so they were prepared. They just had to figure out who we were going to play. And here you go. I am just extremely happy that we did it.
Well, I guess for the OU, the only question was, you maybe had a 15% chance of the talk from but their offense like affecting. The thing is I don't think this committee was looking at social media, hearing the lobbying from Miami, Notre Dame, BYU, Texas. They weren't listening to any of that. They looked at what happened on the field. OU lost to a team in front of them in a rivalry game 17 days after surgery from your starting quarterback.
Yep. And this point right here, we are going to enjoy
very much
the fact we did this. We made it. Period. I think it's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
So we did it.
So you look through the routes. If you play scratch for Oklahoma to win through, you're probably going through Alabama, Indiana, Texas Tech, Georgia, or Ohio State.
Yeah. That's your four wins.
You've got an absolute road to get through.
Gauntlet. And here we go. I got to give BV his flowers too. Yeah. But no, yeah. It's going to be a fun gauntlet for a second time.
Now you have to have like a red December, January. And hey, it's the color of Christmas, right? Is red. So we're going to have, you just think about it. You go and you say, all right, though the win in Alabama was not a fluke. That's if you win these games, right? So, we still got a lot of breaking down of everything. But you have to go back face Alabama again. You got to go through a team that some people say that you got lucky on. Then you got to go to Indiana. And I'm guessing that Indiana game is, those are neutral site games. So where do we face Indiana? That's going to be the really, really. Is that? I think that might be in Pasadena.
Possibly. It's the bowl sites are. Let me go to it again.
Yeah, pull that up because breaking news.
Let me see. Let me go to their site. So this year's playoffs. Your quarterfinals are the Cotton Bowl, Orange Bowl, Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl. So, yeah, it'll be one of those four places on the 31st through the 1st, and then the semis are at the Fiesta and the Peach Bowl this year.
So, Jay,
National Championships in Miami.
You think they put Indiana and Dallas against us?
Ooh. That would be the closest proximity for both of us. That'd be the closest proximity for both teams. They're going to try to give Indiana a close place to travel to, and technically that will be the closest. Oklahoma versus Indiana again? Thunder versus Pacers?
Oh, no. State of Indiana.
Yeah, Honest Abe. It is official. Oklahoma will play against. That is a good point. Indiana will choose. So for them, the question is, do they want to stay close to home or do they want to go to Atlanta?
So yeah, the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it'll be either Florida, California, Louisiana, or Texas.
Dallas.
They're probably going to pick Louisiana.
I would guess so.
Alabama is a 1.5-point favorite right now on the betting sites. I'll take it.
Which is
perfect.
Hey, listen, the money on that's going to be very, very interesting over the next 2 weeks because you're going to have, Alabama fan. Alabama fan isn't feeling too terrific right now. They're really not.
This again. No, they do not want to deal with this again.
Their inability to run the ball had nothing to do with health. They haven't ran the ball all year long, and that's why we got them at home the first time.
Oh, you know what's going to happen too, right? They're going to hammer that Alabama 1.5 because of how we beat them.
Yeah.
It's all going to be Bama money, and that line's not going to move.
It's going to be beautiful.
And Oklahoma does want all the smoke. You're 100% right.
Hey, listen, we got the governor and the lieutenant governor between Kip Lewis and Eli Bowen. So I'm surprised they're not up here talking on the selection show, because wouldn't you want to bring the governor of Alabama in to give their thoughts?
Yeah, this is going to be fascinating. If he loses to us again, I could 100% see them. And 55% of y'all said no, y'all wasn't happy with that. I can 100% see DeBoer hitting the hot seat if they don't win this game.
You walk into 26 on the hot seat. I mean, DeBoer will be on the hot seat, or his agents are going to be talking, finding out what jobs are open and where.
Yeah. So with that, Lemon and I disagree. I don't think it moves. I think it literally just stays at 1.5.
No, because I mean, at 1.5, technically you say, like, on a neutral site, OU's the favorite. At the house, we beat them by 2. So, I mean, 1.5 is essentially a pick 'em.
Well, no, if it's a neutral site, it shifts 3, so Bama will be a 4.5 point favorite, 4.5 to 5.
Oh, that's true. That's
and
true.
Then if we go back to Bama, it'll be about 7 to 8. Be another touchdown.
That's right.
For them.
I did it the wrong way. Yeah,
it's okay. Because we're at home. That's kind of how it's gonna sit. So,
which is funny because we went to their house and beat them by 2.
Yeah, exactly. That's the fun part. But I do agree. I can totally understand the feeling of it not being as exciting for some. You won't get any injury updates until probably next week.
The week of the game.
Yeah, most likely the week of the game. You'll see it. Do they have to do?
It's SEC.
Would they have to?
Now, because it's not conference play. It's not conference play. It is SEC, but it's not conference play.
Conference play, right? I'm kind of curious to how they're going to do that.
They won't have to, because at this point now, I mean, obviously we'll start hearing the whispers. And here's the thing: Gentry Williams is coming in as depth. Gentry Williams is not going to be starting or returning to the starting lineup. That's probably not going to happen, because you don't mess with Gilroy, and you don't mess with Guillory and Eli. Those are your starting corners going forward.
Yep. I do think you see some more players that will possibly play. I do expect Javonte Barnes to make an appearance now that this won't hurt his red shirt. Because he wants to play. He's been a practice guy this entire time. Like, he's been a practice body. So that is appreciated by the staff. I think he gets some burn. You'll probably see some Kendall Doby. You'll probably see... You could use a rotational body at some points, right? Sometimes it's good to give guys a good breather. I expect our Mason Thomas to get back. He didn't play against Bama last time. Now Bama gets to deal with him this time. I do expect him back. I think his injury was more of a 6-week healing period, and we're basically almost there. So I'd say he'd be ready to play. Trying to think. I think that'll probably be it.
Still don't think that you see. You probably see Heath Ozida on the offensive line. You probably see Logan Hallen healthy. X-Rob has had the knee. He's literally been since the end of the LSU game. He's been in recovery. So, and the shoulder for Torrey. And then also Fasusi's been limping around on that ankle since Michigan.
Yep.
So
he should be good.
We
got a long list of. Put it this way, it's. We don't need to mention X-Rob, Blaylock, or anything like that, because we know they're going to play. Hurt or not, they're going to play. Now the expectation is they'll be a lot healthier than before. For Bama, they only get a 2-week break while we had a 3-week break. It kind of sucks for them.
And you can go watch that Georgia game with what they were doing with their running backs and how they were running. You line that up. You want that running game to be a little bit a little bit more improved. Put some tussin or some Windex on that knee. He'll be good.
Yep.
I think that anybody outside of the season endings, you're probably going to have available at this point.
Yep. I think everybody will be back.
And so here we go. We got the night game on December 19th. We're the Friday night game.
Oh, so it does. The Indiana is definitely Rose Bowl, it looks like. They have listed on here.
But we get the Friday night, December 19th. Friday night in the crib, which at this point in the season, it probably does not matter.
Oh, Friday night. Yeah, we are the Friday night game. Shut up.
The Friday night game.
Why are we the Friday night game?
And then because, oh goodness, man, they're lining these things up early because December 20th, they're giving the Notre Dame, the Miami A&M.
So 11 o'clock treatment. Wow.
You put the two worst matchups. The Saturday night game is Oregon and James Madison. Wowzers. December 19th, Friday night. Clear your schedules.
Yep, not doing Friday night at all. I will be tuned in. Yay.
And then, so you also got to think about this. I mean, you're traveling out to Pasadena to play Indiana if you beat Bama. That's a long drive for us, but I mean that's a lot longer than for Indiana.
It's gonna be a wild Friday night too, man.
What is it here? Let me see. I wanted to see.
No, I'm not going.
All
I'm
right.
gonna be watching it here at the crib, so I can go live right afterwards. I am not gonna go. I'm gonna be. I want the fans to really lose their mind and enjoy it. I want to be here, dialed in, and being able to talk about it as soon as the game's over. So I want to make sure that I have everything ready for y'all to go post game. Yep, we are the only game. We will be all of the eyeballs for this. So Bama gets basically a week and a half off. We get 3 weeks. That's craziness. So I'm looking at this. They're talking about Notre Dame and Miami Notre Dame. They went back and rewatched the game to make this determination as if they didn't see the game the first time it happened. Like, that's just so dumb to me.
They may not have cataloged it. I mean, it's so far ago.
It was just so long ago. But I'm happy for it. Friday night, Bama fans come to town. Yeah. So feelings, what y'all thinking? How we feel? What's the consensus feeling right now? If we win, do we play on USC's field? I mean, USC doesn't have a field since they're technically like leaving Pasadena. But yeah,
I
guess you could say that.
I mean, yeah, we are played in Cali while they are not. They're probably, or were they going to already have their bowl game at that point? They're probably going to be.
No, USC doesn't play at the Rose Bowl though. USC plays at the Coliseum, so
yeah, Coliseum,
technically different.
But
that's UCLA's stadium.
But the what I'm trying to say here is USC is probably going to have already had their bowl game because I'm guessing they're going to get a, somewhere in the 27th, 28th, 29th time frame, somewhere right there. Yeah. So I would like to see us match up against Notre Dame.
I'm pretty excited.
Well,
I'm trying to see where's the. I want to see the. I'm trying to see where the whatchamacallit is, because what I want to see is what does our brackets look like. Nobody's putting a bracket out here, unfortunately. No one's giving me a good bracket. All right, give me a sec. I'll give y'all the bracket, what it looks like in just a second.
Oh, the Texas tears are flowing, which is kind of funny because your main Texas Twitter heads have been trying to will themselves in with their hopium.
Like, buddy, you're not going in there with only 9 wins.
No. Too many other teams had controversial. The conversation was around Miami, Notre Dame, Alabama.
They pushed back the new format for January 23rd. Now we're going to be arguing about 4-loss teams making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So when they get to 16, to me, if you go to 16, every conference champion needs to be in. That includes G5s, unless you decide to get rid of the G5 piece. Period. The thing that's killing me is I don't see any type of
here you go from FanDuel. You got, so we already said our line. A&M 4.5-point favorite over Miami. Ole Miss 17.5 over Tulane, and 21.5 Oregon over JMU. That alone right there, Jay, is one of the reasons why you need. I mean, that's like you are predicting you could lose the bet if Ole Miss wins by 17.
Right. So I think this one will work. So these are the locations of the games. Let me see.
Are you looking for like the wares, like what they showed on live?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the location, a good location graphic look. Let me see if this works.
Without sharing a live broadcast.
Right. It's probably the best picture someone has taken so far. Is that.
There you go.
Still looks like crap, but whatever. We'll work with it. That's what I'm looking for is this. I want to see dates, times, all of that. Right now, yeah. Hey, our strength of schedule got better because Illinois State beat the number 1 seed in FCS.
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State got taken down. So, baby, yes. So, Rose Bowl game is Bama, OU versus Indiana. Ugh. Another trip out west.
I mean, I'm just happy not to go to New Orleans.
Fair.
And I mean, you got to look at that down there. If A&M gets Miami, takes out Miami, A&M's going to be playing Ohio State in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon is going to be playing Texas Tech out in Florida. Oregon has to travel the damn entire length of the country to play Texas Tech.
Yep. Dang, that sucks.
And then, look at that. The Sugar Bowl, New Orleans. Could Ole Miss get...
To me, Tech should have probably been the Cotton Bowl. Gave Tech the Cotton Bowl. Give number 2, Ohio State, the Sugar Bowl, as that's the closest. Number 3 probably should go with the Orange Bowl. And then number 4 probably should have got the Rose Bowl. Now I'm really thinking about it, but Indiana got, that's a trek. The good thing is that, again, defense is travel. That's the good thing. And now all we got to do is go win. We just got to go play hard and continue to do what we've been doing. Show that we're hard to kill. Pull this off. It'll shut everybody up. All we've basically been doing all year is shutting people up and proving people wrong. I'm excited that we're just in the playoffs. I don't really give a shit about anything else.
Yeah. And
we're in. So,
I would have to say this is I think I'm excited to play Alabama in the playoffs. I think the name is going to be there. I think that as you get closer, there's going to be a lot of talking points about, does Kalen DeBoer have an Oklahoma problem? Because we know Alabama does. But you got to think, man, there's just if you gave Sooner fan a pick of the 3 teams to play, I don't think 10-15% of the people would have picked Alabama.
Nope.
And they ain't got nothing to do with fear or anything like that, because we know what that is. I think it would have been like, we've already been there, done that. And maybe, I think it would have been easy to drop Alabama, but I still think that they tried to avoid future precedent by messing with Alabama at all. They did not want to mess with that. They did not want to jack around, because even if you drop Alabama down, far enough, then you've got the talking points over and over about, well, hold on a second. So you're telling me the conference championship games don't matter, but they can matter a little bit. And then it just becomes a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they can always point towards BYU getting what they got is the reason behind why Miami scooted up, because it put Notre Dame, Miami face to face, and then they got to deal with that deal.
So much fun.
Now, I also just realized we have a family movie night planned for December 19th at 6:30 to go see the new animated David movie. So I'm going to be looking around to see if I can change that bad boy.
So, yeah, I don't know. All right, let's see. One more poll for the people. No, I think we're good. All right, we're going to get out of here. Guess what? There's going to be a commitment later today. 3 o'clock Central Time. 2027 class. Big boy. Keep your eyes open. I think we win this one. Elijah Harmon. But we'll see. So, thank all y'all for pulling up. Go ahead.
Looks like Brett McMurphy is reporting that Kansas State and Iowa State were both fined $500,000 by the Big 12 for declining bowl bids.
Yes, they both said they're not going to play bowl games because they lost their coaches. So they're both been fined massive dollars. That's all that matters. But anyway, keep an eye open for that commitment and everything, and we'll see how that works. Thank y'all for pulling up. Hit the like button if you're new to the channel. Subscribe, rate, review, give us 5 stars. And we will chop it up with each and every single one of y'all. Probably on Wednesday. We'll get back to the standard stuff because it's gonna be a fun week of speculation. We'll talk soon. Bye.